In this section, I'm going to take you through the use of kettlebells. Now, these are a great tool for exercising because they enable you to learn how to lift correctly. I'll give you, for example, if you wanted to work your traps and your shoulders, you may do an exercise called upright row this way. Okay. The trouble with using this is when you lift anything in your life, you would bend your legs and lift. You still work your traps, but you haven't taught your body how to engage the muscle in the correct sequence. So this way, it works the whole body because all the muscles get engaged in it, but also it teaches you the sequence to fire the muscles in the correct order. Now, before you start doing kettlebells, you really do need to be warmed up because they're such big movements. So I'll take it as read that you've done the warm-up that's on the other one of the little videos. So we'll take the kettlebell. I'm going to use this weight here today. It's not particularly that heavy, but it's easier for me to talk and lift. How much weight you should use depends on what you're training for. If you're training for endurance and fitness, go a bit lighter, do high reps. If you're training to get toned and stronger, then go heavy. What's important is the form must not drop in quality. Basically, if the speed slows down, then your muscles are tired and you put the weight down. Rest and do it again. So the first one we're going to do is the basic lift. We set our feet shoulder width apart. We set the kettlebell in front of ourselves. So this means we bend down, make sure our back is straight, reach forward and grab it like so. And then from there, just drive up. Okay, this is how you always pick the kettlebells up. It engages you, teaches you how to lift it in the correct form. Now, what we do now is we drop down to here, back's nice and straight, and then we thrust your hip forward. Now, if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm not letting my arms at this stage come up away from my body. This is a mistake. Imagine you're carrying 2 pieces of A4 paper underneath your arm, and you'll lift it without dropping the weight. Okay, this is the first basic lift. Once you've cracked that exercise, then, because you've got this hip thrust going, you're able to move on to the next one. What we're going to move on to now is where we're going to do the same thrust, but raise the arms up to about shoulder height. So again, here, then we thrust, and we will let the weight go this time, like so. Okay, that's a nice big movement. Now, how they work so hard is that when the weight goes up to its full weight, you're not actually lifting anything because your velocity of speed has taken the weight away from you. As you lower you down, gravity will take over, and you hit the bottom of the swing here, and you engage again. That is why it's so difficult. And once you learn the timing of it, then you know that you're firing your muscles in the correct order. The next one we're going to do is a squat press. Now this time, I find it easy to hold the kettlebell up this way. We have our feet shoulder width apart again, and we're going to lower down, elbows to your knees. This brings your elbows forward. It stops you leaning this way. Okay, so it's here, and then you go up, and in one movement, you press to the ceiling, like so. It's important that you don't go 1, 2. If you do it that way, there's no point doing it. It has to be one fluid movement. So we go down, press, down, press, down, and press. Like so, that's the shoulder press. Next one I'm going to do is a squat upright row. Now, what I'm going to do this time is take my legs wider. This will come away a little bit from the purest of the kettlebell lifting, but this will engage our bottoms harder, which is pretty much what we're here for. So feet outwards, knees will follow our toes, back straight, we go down, and we drive up in one movement. Remember, it's one movement, not one lift. There's no point doing it. It's one movement, like so. Okay, the next exercise we do, the last one, is a variation in the plank position. Okay, so we go down to the plank position, like so. We're going to go from here to the press-up position here, and then we're going to do a seated row. Well, not a sitting row, the plank row. We roll across, we take it here, we do 1, 2, and down, and across the other side. 1, 2, and down. Now, this exercise, this last exercise, doesn't actually work your lats that hard. If you want to work them hard, you go heavier, but what we're trying to do is to hold this position. 1, 2, without turning or leaning. There we go. So, there are the 5 basic kettlebell exercises for you to enjoy.